Hey, I'm Patrick with Rowdy Restorations. Today, episode 2 of the Classic Green Reunion 2025 from West Bend, Wisconsin. Stay tuned and check out the footage we shot during the show. So we finally made it to the show. We got unloaded. This is actually day 2 of the show, and would you look at all the John Deeres. Classic Green 2025 in West Bend, Wisconsin is definitely not a disappointment. The John Deere guys came out in force to set up a beautiful display. We got here Wednesday afternoon and hustled through getting unloaded, getting our display set up. We got on the very first tour out to the Keller Museum. I've got a feeling I got enough footage there that I'm probably gonna have to do a separate video on that for you guys. And if I have enough, I will do that. And then now I'm out walking around early Friday morning before it gets too busy and I get too distracted to try to get some footage for you guys that couldn't make it. I'm out here in the display field right now, and you'll hear me say this again and again probably, but I love it when people bring nice implements to shows, and I'm trying to get set up myself to where I can bring a few more implements for the tractors so people can see how to use them. And these guys right here went all out with this Model M. They're out of the Wisconsin area, but check this out. They got a sweep rake or a stacking rake that was used for gathering hay back in the day. And they have what seems like nearly every plow that you could get to put behind an M series John Deere. And this one's pretty unique. I have never seen a slat bottom rollover plow or two-way plow. And this is so you could go to the end of the field, turn around, flip your plow, and go right back. You didn't have to make a loop around. 2 bottom plows, single bottom plows. This one's got a unique adjustment on it that I haven't seen before. I've restored a plow like this when we did the all-fuel M for Drew, but this one's got a unique adjustment handle on it there. Another slat bottom plow, some sort of rake configuration, scrape box, a disc. I'd like to find a disc for the back of my MT, I think. Or I would also think it'd be pretty cool to find one of these guys here, either a disc tiller or a disc plow, because they're pretty unique. Don't see them around much, and that would be a nice implement to put behind it. But we'll keep moving along so you guys can see some of this stuff. Like I said, they brought the green and yellow iron out. Saw this feller at the rest stop, the Welcome Center coming into Wisconsin. I think they were out of Illinois. Oliver and I had to get out and check that out. Pretty cool. Here's an AOS. Super neat tractors. That one looks like it was in California. A lot of these went to Florida. They also had full citrus tin that was available for them for working in the orange groves. Hard to find, especially hard to find in good shape. There's a 50-20 row crop, 830. A couple other tractors over here. Keith's trying to get out of the thing there.
Yeah, I don't want to famous for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, I'm back. Got distracted there talking. So the next show for Classic Green will be held in 2027. It's always the same time of year in June, right around Father's Day weekend. We don't know the location yet. Here is a beautiful 3010 Grove and Orchard. We'll see a few of those at the Keller's place. When I get that video up, I'll have to read that sign later. I have a 3020 Grove tractor at home. Mine has 3-point on it. That must be a AR. Yep, pretty cool tractor. I'm gonna double back this way and catch this row for you guys. It's another little orchard tractor, another AOS, another AO. You got all the versions of the AO here. And there's a styled AO. Pretty cool. Nice 630 standard. Those are cool tractors. 60 high seat standard. An old unstyled D. Waterloo Boy. 29 GP. And this is the Bathtub D. It's an experimental tractor from John Deere. It's really cool. These guys found the Waterloo Boy. So apparently this casting was found buried at the John Deere factory, I think. And these guys rebuilt it from drawings. Cool thing is they keep this tractor out, they run it all the time, take people for rides on it. It's awesome. There's a Spoker D. I restored one of those back in the day. I don't know where it's at now. Redid it for Tom Crawford and he sold it. Not sure where it ended up at. GP. Bunch of GPs. Wow. Big old line of them here. I walked through here yesterday and I didn't realize they had that many of them lined up. Got a lot of parts guys out here too, which is awesome. You can get parts for your projects that you're working on or find new projects to work on. There's a 4000 low profile, pretty low production number tractor. Looks like from here that it's a power shift too. Yeah, see? One of 25 made with a power shift. Awesome. The 4000 was a cheaper version of the 4020. I won't bore you guys with all that stuff today. We could go into a more in-depth thing on that if y'all are interested.
Again, we are
another day.
The buses right now for the Keller tour that happens at 8 a.m.
They were trying to make sure. Sorry, hold on.
If you still need your physical ticket, there's there's a consultant right outside near the bus that can get you squared away. Our gates will open at 8 a.m. and that's when you can buy tickets. If you are already registered in our vendor, you can get in at this time. But again, if you are waiting to purchase a ticket, we will open those doors at 8 a.m. Thank you for coming to this year's Classic Green Reunion.
Funny thing is, I actually saw this corn picker at that same rest area on the way into Wisconsin and talked to corn picker Bob here. He came over and introduced himself. He saw my wagon hanging out the back of the truck. Here is a 620 LP Orchard. That tractor came all the way from Arkansas, Mr. Jerry Horn. He is the LP Orchard expert, I would say. He'll claim not to be, but he has sure helped me along the way on the two that I restored. There's no doubt about that. 60 LP Standard, Tim Cantrell owns that. I believe he's from Oklahoma. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it's Oklahoma. But anyhow, yeah, one day we'll do a informative thing on a 4000 maybe. Show you the differences. We restored one years ago, so we can go over some of the differences on those. There's another 4000. It's a 4000 synchro range. A high crop out there. Not a ton of high crop tractors here at this show. A lot of standards. Quite a few orchards. It's a really nice 80 right there. Looks like they're having a mechanic on some parts. 720 standard pony start. Oliver informed me the other day that we need to get a pony start tractor because we don't have a pony start tractor. So that's something I'll have to work on. We'll find the right one somewhere. Nice MI. Now getting back to the cool stuff and showing what the equipment was used for, this right here is awesome. This is a custom setup. So this is a VIX high track, and VIX typically made their tractors out of Ford tractors. This is the only John Deere 420 that was converted. This tractor used to be owned by Mr. Hyler Bracey, and apparently Hyler kept all of the equipment that went to this tractor because here it is installed on it now. And what this tractor was used for was flame cultivating cotton. So they set it up high to clear the cotton plants. They've got guards on it to keep them protected, and a big old LP tank hung underneath it, hence the reason why they might as well run the tractor off of LP as well. And then back here is where they would burn the weeds off. Super cool. And some of the stuff that people developed in the ag industry to get the job done more efficiently is very, very impressive. Looks like John and Peggy Curtis out of Ohio own the tractor now. And they've got this really nice 57 high crop next to it too. And like I said, he is obviously into the implements. I've never met him, but they've got a little sprayer that would have been used behind this tractor back in the day when it was new. So you'd use that tractor and you could straddle a bed of peppers or cucumbers, the wider rows like they run down in South Florida. And then you, when the plants are still short, you can pull that sprayer right over top of them. .4320 narrow front. Narrow front in that size tractor is kind of odd. They were usually going to wide fronts by that time. Push blade on a 3010 standard. Another 730 standard. I like the standard tractors. There's a 720 LP. Ooh, and a 730 LP. Well, that 720's got some rubber under it now. An MT, we have one of those back home. That was actually my first big tractor. Some more M's. I've got a hunch, I haven't spoke to anybody about it yet, but there's a chance that M W111 power unit, that's also on the bucket list of things to own. Anyhow, I've got a hunch that the M could be a featured tractor next year, because the math is 1947 is when that model was introduced, and it would make sense that in 2027 that they would feature that tractor. But we'll find out tomorrow night, I think, more about those plans for where we're going and what the featured tractors will be. I'm gonna skip on over to some other displays. I'll be back with y'all in a minute. Some more nice stuff. I need to step up to a semi-trailer like Lee Sackett has here. Be able to stay in it and bring some tractors. He's a fella tractor restorer. He's from, I believe he's got a shop in Iowa and Minnesota, I believe. Todd Bicycles stuff. He's got some cool stuff.
Thank you much, and have a great day at the Classic Green Reunion.
Nice original 2520. Woodward family, they're out of Michigan. Boy, that's nice right there. 4010 industrial yellow. Sold new to the Quad City Airport. So another LI. L. And this is a combine that I'm pretty sure Kevin Boss brought this. Yeah, John Deere Lance 150. We have plans to go to the Boss family show in July. So hopefully we make it. It's at the end of July. And just look up Boss Family Farms and you can find some information on it. Hopefully we'll get out there, and that is a working show, and be all kinds of cool stuff to see. It's Alex Woodard's little 430 with the spreader cart behind it. Another cool implement. One bottom horse plow, two bottom trailer plow. Land's Bulldog with maybe a potato digger. I'm not sure. Probably is a potato digger, judging by the potato seed cutter here. And the horse-drawn potato digger. Really nice 110 with duals on it. Well, these guys have some nice stuff. A 300 and a miniature 5020 pulling tractor. Wait till Oliver sees that later. It's got a, so Cub Cadet's got the rear end or the chassis stuff dialed in, so this is actually a Cub Cadet rear end with a V-twin motor in it, and then John Deere tin work. I used to garden tractor pull quite a bit back in the days, so been around that stuff for a minute. Try to get through here real quick and go get the family picked up. Hopefully I can fit all this stuff into one video for you guys. Another John Deere consumer product display, I guess you could call it. Snowmobiles, outdoor power equipment. Another little tractor here that they brought out to put on display. 8430. It makes an R look so tiny. And that is a big tractor right there. It's a 10,000 pound tractor. 4230 narrow front, actually single front. That's an odd configuration. Mean looking tractor right there. 830 diesel, probably the ultimate 2-cylinder diesel. That might just be my opinion, but I think there's a lot of guys out there that would agree with that. Here's this trailer load again. I think he's out of Minnesota. I don't know if he's going to unload or not. We'll come by here a little bit later and scope this stuff out just a bit closer.
I don't think so.
Another forklift. For sale. The stuff just keeps going on and on. I talked to Chris Boyens a few minutes ago. Saw him walking around with his dad. He said later today they will do an official count on the tractors, so I'll be able to let you guys know. Friday afternoon, evening is really the best time to count that stuff. That's usually when you know who's going to be here or not has showed up. That's your highest exhibit. Here's a BO and a B with cultivators and a 41B with a manure loader. All right, that's a pretty good highlight of the stuff. I'll be back with you all here in a minute. They got a few items inside too. Wait till Oliver sees this stuff.
Better not bring them in here. Is that pretty cool? Good morning. Good morning.
Man, oh man, the toys they have out here at this show. This little speedster is built by Richard Hayne from the Green Magazine. He debuted it out there at Grand Island Show in Nebraska. I don't know if it was completely done yet or not by then, but he's been hauling it to the shows around. It's got a John Deere LUC engine in it. Pretty cool. They've got the toys, the memorabilia, literature. Just getting started here too. It'll be a lot busier in here shortly. So this is the memorabilia and toy display area. All kinds of collectibles that John Deere would have made, or tools. And I say collectibles, when John Deere was making this stuff, it was all for their branding, and they weren't really knowing, I guess, per se, that it was going to be that collectible. But the collector world, the way it is, very sought after now. Here's a display that I brought up for my buddy Ben Parton, and these are original ledger books out of Orlando Power Equipment. And hopefully one day, if I can find some spare time, we will go through these books and try to do a spreadsheet of the tractors that went through there with the serial numbers, because there is some pretty darn rare stuff in here. A lot of orchard tractors, standard tractors, and stuff like that was sold through Orlando. There's a John Deere R out on their ranch. Not sure if that's the R that they still have or if that's the R that Ray Hanna has now. And then he's actually still got that plow. And this is from when they were filming a clip for Deer Days out there at their ranch. Here's the toy that his son Gil built. It's another one of those one of none. It is a 630 LP orchard tractor. Now that would be super cool if they actually made that. Let me rephrase that. It's a Grove tractor. See the orange trees he's put in there in the building? And it's even got the Florida specific homemade front bumper on the front of it to protect it from the trees. They've also got quite a few guys with RC stuff that come here and run them during the show. And some absolutely beautiful model displays. I'd like to find this shop in real life and look through the parts bin. Look at the detail these guys do on this stuff. The time that they put into this is very, very impressive. Old elevator. Wow. Check out this display. 1/16 scale, which a lot of guys don't do these model farms in this scale because they're so big. 1/16 scale, World War II era. There's a military convoy. Must be getting ready to deploy. The farm with the old implements and the old farmhouse. Very, very impressive. Look at the lineup in the shed there. Super cool. Oh, you're fine. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Now here's 1/64th scale. I'm sure Oliver will be in here checking this out later. They've even got the General Lee running from the coppers. I love it. Super cool. There's quite a toy collection here. This might be Joe Trout stuff, I'm not sure. A lot of custom ones. Looks like some of this stuff was built by Daryl Cox. He does some very impressive models and displays. I guess the whole display is done by Daryl.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Classic Green Reunion. We have another fun-filled packed day for you today with lots of things happening throughout the grounds. So be sure to consult your schedule to see what is happening and when. Starting at 10 a.m., we do have a seminar that's available. The seminars are all located in the Ziegler Expo building, which is the building directly next to where you purchased your ticket as you came in the main entrance today. The first seminar at 10 a.m., it's the history of Van Brunt and the John Deere Horicon Works, presented by David Wolf. David is a published author, so that'll be sure to be an exciting seminar, so get there early to make sure you get a seat. Again, that is at 10 a.m. in the Ziegler Expo building. Also, if you have pre-ordered a commemorative toy, please pick those up at the registration area right behind where you purchased your tickets. There are a limited number of extras available for purchase if you would like to do that. If you do not get your pre-order, but supplies are limited. Those toys, if you're picking them up today, need to be picked up before 3 p.m. when that booth closes. Again, if you pre-ordered your toy, pick it up before 3 p.m. today. While you're out and about finding all those lovely John Deere parts that you need, please remember that if you purchase a large item and need to load it out, if you need to physically bring a truck onto the grounds to pick up the part that you purchased, that can only be done between 4 and 5 p.m. today. Between 4 and 5 is when we are allowing pickups onto the ground to pick up large, heavy items, just due to the safety of our spectators. If you need help getting other smaller items out, you're by all means welcome to carry them out, or there are a couple going parts around that might be able to assist you. We want everyone to have a fun-filled, packed day today and to stay safe. So please keep in mind the golf cart traffic, be vigilant of that, and keep your little ones close as they don't wander off into traffic as well. We thank you for joining us here at the Classic Green Reunion, and have yourself a wonderful day.
These things are all made out of paper. The craftsmanship of these people that come to these shows and put stuff like this together is beyond amazing to me. We'll walk right out here. So Daryl Cox had a lot to do with that display, and he's from Tennessee. He does a lot of cotton picker displays and stuff. Check out this display out here. Now this is what you call going all out for a display. Looks just like what you would have seen at a dealership when this stuff was new. Super cool. They've even got some extra paint on the tire there for touch-up. Wow.
And they sent me, probably 30 folders. And whenever I
I don't recall seeing many of those with the falling object protection. I guess they're not roll guards on these forklifts. Protect you from when you knock stuff off the pallet racking. Not many of these 430 Holts made. If I remember correctly, there was even less of the 420s made. Yeah, there was less of the 420s made. That's one of 53. Let's see, it's got a Waterloo Boy engine. I've never quite found a hit and miss engine at the right price that really met my fancy to keep around, but I would like to find one someday. Pretty cool lineup. Most of this stuff here is from the Myers family. Hey, I'm going to try to interview a few people here that brought tractors a long ways. This is Hamilton Halford. Where are you from, Hamilton?
I'm from Perry, Georgia, just south of Atlanta, about 110 miles.
Nice. So what did you bring?
I brought something kind of unique, I guess you would say. It's a John Deere 330 utility, and it's got a belly mount sycamore on it that was used by the highway departments. And this one, what to me makes it unique, it was painted orange at the factory. The book says only 2 of them were painted, 2 330 utilities were painted orange, 4 were painted red with 76 yellow. 330s, and out of those 76 yellow ones, 2 of them were standards. So this one being the odd one out of the bunch, I thought I'd bring an orange one to the show.
Cool. Awesome job on it. Looks great.
Thank you.
I like seeing the stuff with the implements on them too.
Oh yeah. This one will cut grass. Everything on it, I tried to keep it original. It's got the safety switch on it, the kill switch in case while you're mowing the bar hits something, it'll shut the whole tractor down. I tried to stay with the original style tires and everything, the decals and all, every nut, bolt, and screw on here. I tried to keep it original.
Good job. Looks great.
Thanks.
So now you've been involved with Classic Green for a while now, haven't you?
Yeah, this is, I think, my second show, 3rd or 4th year. Who knows? I've been enjoying it since I've been with them, but yeah, been with Classic Green for a while. It's about the people. You can see here all the John Deeres that we've got at the grounds. We are currently in the wheeled industrial building where all the industrial tractors showed up and are displayed. But I would say since my involvement with Classic Green, that this is the largest gathering of John Deere equipment that I've seen in one spot.
I would agree.
Not just with Classic Green, but since I've been involved with John Deere collecting in the 80s, I would say that this is the biggest gathering of John Deere's in one spot that I've ever been to.
Yeah, I would agree, because I was with Classic Green very early on. I was on the board for 1 year in 2019 when we started out there at Grand Island, and that was an impressive show. But I'd say we've outdone it here with this one. It's definitely growing every year.
Well, not to hurt anyone's feelings with the Gathering of the Green or Canandaigua or Tucson, Ohio. All of those shows that focus on John Deere get-togethers, this one is the biggest, I do believe.
Yep, I would agree. Well, good deal. Well, thanks for telling us about your tractor. Do you think we can go ahead and put on there where we're going to be coming at? I'll move in real close because we can't say this, but this is coming out after. This video is going to be edited way after the announcement's made. So
up until this point, you could hook me up to a polygraph machine or carry me into a church, and I could actually raise my right hand and say that I have not leaked this out to anyone. But at tonight's banquet, well, to each of you that are watching this, at the Classic Green 25's banquet, we announced that the 2027 Classic Green banquet is going to be in Perry, Georgia, at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. We'd love to have everyone to show up and help support Classic Green and come down and support the green and yellow line.
Sure look forward to having it in the Southeast. So hopefully we'll see all you guys there. Well, thank you, Hamilton.
Yes, sir.
They got a couple of the features under the pavilion here. This is the second bee ever produced, is what I was told. And the Kellers brought this tractor out. They actually have the very first bee too, but they kept it over at the museum since so many people were coming over to their museum. A Van Brunt horse-drawn planter or drill. Little Waterloo Boy engine. And an awesome 840 scraper. See, this one here is being worked on by Lee Sackett, and it's missing a couple things because the restoration's still in progress on it. He brings a lot of tractors out to the show and holds little seminars because he writes for one of the magazines on installing decals and installing some stuff like that people always have questions on. All right, that'll be it for episode 2 of the Classic Green Reunion 2025 from West Bend, Wisconsin. Can't wait to see you guys in 2027 in Perry, Georgia. That one's kind of going to be a hometown show for us, so we're going to really try to go all in and get everything we can there for that one. Also, stay tuned to the channel for the footage we took at the Keller Museum. And as always, like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a dime and it really helps out the channel. We'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.